Fun fact, Rod Stewart hosted the largest ever free concert in 1993 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with an estimated 4.2 million people attended. Damn! Play the music. Welcome to Open M.I.C. I'm your host, Jamal Raheem. Now, Open M.I.C. is a music podcast where you can find wherever you get podcasts. You can also watch it on YouTube if you're one of the visual people like myself. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk about a number of topics. We're going to talk about separating art from the artist, why I don't believe that's a real thing. We're going to talk about why I think leaking music should be a crime. And I'm going to talk about why I find a hard time, and this is just my personal preference, or not a preference. I have a hard time with black art being criticized by white people. I always feel weird, but let's just get into the episode. Look at it, shawty. So, there's this saying that people like to say, which irks me so much. And it's separate the art from the artist. I don't think that's a real thing. I've always had a problem with this statement because it's never been a real thing. What we do, myself included, is we have something that we tolerate. We see what we can tolerate. We all have a tolerance of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to use the man that a lot of people don't like talking about. R. Kelly. What R. Kelly is accused of doing, I can't tolerate that. So I can't listen to his music. His music is also about the acts that he committed. I can't listen to it. That's just me. That's just me. I can't separate that. We don't separate that. You know what I'm saying? People just have stuff that they can tolerate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a real thing. I think that we use that phrase to justify supporting terrible people. If I'm being honest, like, people use that phrase to support terrible people who have done terrible things. And you don't have to say I separate the art from the artist. You can just be like, yo, I like this artist's music. I know they're accused of doing some terrible things. That doesn't represent who I am, but I love the music. You could just say that. Because you're not separating the art from the artist. You're just saying, I love the music so much. Like, I know they're terrible. You know, like, and the reason why I don't think that's a real thing, I'm going to give a couple examples. We're going to talk about Chris Brown. Chris Brown he's attractive to people. He's an attractive man. So people can justify listening to his music and liking his music is because he looks the way that he looks. He fits the aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? And they try to say, like, all these reasons and stuff like that. Like, oh, you can separate the music and that was so long ago and blah, blah, blah. Nah, just say what it is. Like, you like him, you think he's attractive, and you just want to listen to his music. And I'm fine with you saying these things. It doesn't bother me at all. Honestly, I don't think less of you of a person if you like his music, because he's very talented. I don't listen to it because I don't tolerate the stuff that he's accused of, and I can't support it. But look, if you listen to his music, I don't mind. I don't care. You can even play it around me. I really don't care. I'm personally not going to support him by me streaming his music or me buying concerts tickets or me buying his vinyl. I'm not gonna do it. But if that's what you want to do, then more power to you. But a person like Daniel Caesar, it was very easy for people to cancel him and stop listening to his music because he's not conventionally attractive. He's not what they want. His music didn't get worse. In fact, I still listen to Daniel Caesar. I never stop. Because I was like, I can tolerate what he did. I think it's stupid. I think it's very stupid if you make R&B music and to basically tell black women to cancel you, who are probably the biggest consumer of R&B music, I think that's always a bad idea. But I still listen to the music. I just thought he was a dumbass. And I still think he's a dumbass for saying that. But I'm not separating who he is from the music. I'm not. But it was easier for people to cancel him is because they don't find him attractive. They're not separating the art from the artist. Because the people who be like, oh yeah, he made good music, but he said that stuff about black women. Ask them same people how they feel about Chris Brown. And I guarantee about 70% of them are going to be like, oh, I like Chris Brown and blah, blah. They're going to come up with whatever excuse they can. Whatever excuse they can. And again, this isn't taken away from their talent. This isn't taken away from the quality of their music. It's just basically saying we don't separate art from the artist. We never have. We never have. We just got stuff that we tolerate. I hate the phrase so much because it's not real. It's never been real. You know what I'm saying? We can give so many examples too, like throughout history of us not doing that. We don't separate the art from the artist. We don't. And that's something that, like, I think it's a coping mechanism, honestly, for people to justify the terrible people they support. And I'm not going to, like, knock them if that's how they have to do it. But I personally hate the phrase. I hate it. Now, another thing that I hate is people leaking music. I hate it. And this was in the news recently because both Doja Cat and SZA addressed people leaking music. They did it in a different way. SZA basically was like, well, I got to make a whole new album from scratch and blah, 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 because I don't want to give the leak music. She had a whole reason. I might just put the tweet up so y'all can see, so I don't have to, like, explain it. But I personally think leaking music should be a crime. I think it should be a crime. And I think it should be a crime for a number of reasons. The one that is, I'm going to give 3. I got like 10 reasons why, but I'm going to give my big 3. The first one is it's a complete invasion of somebody's privacy. To, like, go and leak their music, something they've been working on, going through. You're taking access to their personal information. I feel this way about people who leak anything, though. Leak documents, leak addresses, leak anything. It's an invasion of people's privacy. We can understand it when people are leaking addresses and stuff like that. I think we need to understand it when people are doing it with music as well, because that is a invasion of somebody's privacy, a complete invasion of somebody's privacy. I think it also is messing with their money. It's messing with their money. If people have heard the albums before it came out already, why in the hell would I buy the album if I already heard it? I heard all the leaks. I have it. I have the files. Now, I buy vinyl and CDs, so I'll probably still buy it because I like those things. But, like, the regular Joe, they not doing that. You messing with their money. And also, like, sometimes, like, the artists, like, the song's not complete and they couldn't get the sample cleared, and then now they got whole issues to deal with and stuff like that. Like, you're messing not only with the artist's money, you're messing with the songwriter's money, the producer's money. You're messing with money, people's livelihood. That's crazy. Like, if they eat off of this music, you're messing with it. You're messing with not just the artist. And I think people, they love the artist so much, or they say they love these artists so much, that they don't think about all of the other people that are impacted by their decision to leak the music. You're messing with everybody's livelihood. The producer, the engineer, the songwriters, like the singer. Everybody is impacted by this decision, because now the song probably won't come out, right? They were probably banking on that song coming out and them getting their money, residual checks, and all these things, and you just messed that up because you wanted to hear the song. That's selfish, and it's messing with their money. But the number one reason, honestly, is it's stealing. Honestly, you're stealing. I don't like stealing. I personally despise people who steal for no reason. Like, for people who got to steal to eat, all right, I get it. You feel me? But you stealing because you want to hear the song? Because the artist is taking too long? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, I remember Lil Wayne, the whole Carter 3 leaked. The whole album, the original Carter 3 leaked. It had like Something You Forgot on there. Like, the whole thing leaked. And I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to the leaks. I was listening to it. And I was like, damn, Wayne is cold. But that man had to go in and make a whole nother album. You know how insane that is? That also shows you how great of an artist Lil Wayne is. The whole Carter 3 leaked. The man made a whole nother album, and that album sold so much. It sold so much. Like, that's crazy. He had like 20 some songs leak off of that album. Then he just was like, all right, let's go make another. Let's go make another 18. Let's go make another. And they all bang. How about that? But that doesn't change the fact that leaking music should be a crime. Now, I don't know if you should get jail time, because that might be a little extreme. And I also, like, I have opinions about the prison system. But I think you should be fined. I think you should be fined for this. I think you shouldn't be able to, like, have, like, a internet. You shouldn't be able to use the internet. I think something like that. There needs to be something. I don't know what, but maybe a fine. Maybe a fine. Because that might be enough when you start telling people their money's going to be taxed. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe like when they get a tax return, like they don't get it anymore. It goes to the artist. Like their tax return goes to the artist who they leaked the music of. You know what I'm saying? Or their paychecks. Like the artist takes it's like child support. So they take like $100, $200 out your check and it goes to the artist. Something like that. I don't know yet. But personally, I think leaking music should be a crime because it is a crime. Now we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We back. Ah! 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 Oh man, I'm leaving that in here. So the thing that has come up and that I realized about myself is I struggle with black art being criticized by white people. It makes me feel weird. It just sometimes it rubs me the wrong way, and it's because sometimes they don't understand the cultural impact. They don't understand some of the slang. They don't understand certain experiences. They don't understand, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way. And what really like brought this to my head is how people received Cowboy Carter. Now, black people received it a certain way, and how others received it, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like I don't even give my real opinions on the album. Like, well, I give my opinions, like my review, but I can't really give my real opinions on the album, like honestly, because of the critique the album is getting by non-black people. You have people say this ain't country, this ain't this ain't that, calling it trash, calling it this and that, and using words that are like, You know, it's like when they call us thugs instead of like they really want to call us the N-word. They're using those type of words to describe this album, and it made me feel weird. And I came to a realization that black art being criticized by white people will always make me feel weird. But also black art being praised by white people is also going to make me feel weird. And I know that's something I have to live with, you know. And a perfect example of this is To Pimp a Butterfly. They praise that album so much, and that album is about like black pain, black struggle, the system that we live in, and everything like that. So when they praise that album, I don't know, because I kind of get like, what are you exactly praising? You know what I'm saying? What do you understand about this experience that he's talking about on these 16 tracks? Like, what exactly do you get? You feel me? And that's just me. And I understand too. There are some people who do a fantastic job at reviewing music and talking about music and appreciating the music who aren't black. There are a lot of great people who do it. There's a lot that I even follow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joey Hip Hop. Shout out to Annabelle. I'm not about to go through that. Shout out to Jason Spins Vinyl. I think that's his name. He's like a huge vinyl collector. One of my favorites, to be honest. Like these people appreciate the culture, so I don't want to say that like people from outside the culture can't appreciate the art. I'm just saying it's always weird to me. I always get a weird feeling. And it's not to say these people can't do these things. They can. But it's always going to be weird for me. And that's just what it is. Now, before we get out of here, I want to talk about somebody that I think needs more love. And that's Big Draco, Soulja Boy. I think people need to give Soulja Boy his flowers. A lot of people would not be here if it wasn't for Big Draco. Soulja Boy, not my favorite artist either. I'm not going to act like, oh, I know all the Soulja Boy songs, and the minute a song comes out by Soulja Boy, I'm listening. I'm not. But I also can't act like this man hasn't influenced the whole game. He's literally the first big internet rapper. Without Soulja Boy, there's not a lot of rappers. And I know a lot of people like doo-doo on him. And I saw this thing online, and people were talking bad about Soulja Boy and saying like he a one-hit wonder and he ain't all that. I just want people to know Soulja Boy was huge. He was like Lil Bow Wow huge. Early Chris Brown huge. Like at one point he was bigger than all of them. You know what I'm saying? They do the same thing to Bow Wow too. Not gonna act like they don't do it to Bow Wow. Soulja Boy was like, he had us all wearing baggy clothes, all of us dancing, especially if you're my age. Y'all gotta stop acting like y'all weren't doing Crank That. Y'all can't act like y'all weren't doing all them dances. Y'all were playing Dunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw Soulja Boy, this had to be last year, at Lovers and Friends. And I was so excited to see him. I was so happy to see him. It was dope to see the music or hear the music and get memory, nostalgia, and all that type of stuff. And I forgot, even I forget, like, oh yeah, this man was huge. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people be playing with like his name as if he wasn't a top tier, or not top tier, a big artist, and his influence isn't heard all over the game. Without Soulja Boy, there's not a lot of people. And I stand on that. And I say it with my chest. But before we get out of here, I want to give y'all the song of the week, because you know we got to do that. It's Cyanca, My Bad.
Nah, baby, this ain't no front. My bad. Sorry, I can't do what I want. My bad. Say, ooh, I ain't got the rules. My bad. I don't care what you consume. My bad. Nah, baby, this ain't no front. My bad. Sorry, I can't do what I want. My bad. Ooh, ooh, ooh. My bad. Ooh, my bad.
Now, if you don't hit this when that song come on, like, I just want to let it play, but I can't let it play. You know, I only got to do like 15 seconds, but I want to play the whole thing. I just got to hit it with a little, ooh, ooh. But that was Cyanca, My Bad. This has been Open Mic. I've been your boy Jamal Radio Raheem. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, save. If y'all want to be on this podcast and I rocked with you, holla at me, comment below, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Rate us 5 stars. If you're going to rate us anything else, don't waste your time, and I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.